Out of that to various degrees of result, but clearly it's been working more than it hasn't, so maybe they're right on that. We'll see how it goes on this map here. This is still an interesting one. One way or another, this is some sort of Premiership playoffs preview between Witness Gaming and League of Shadows, starting off on map 1 of week 7 and Metalworks to start us off with.
Yeah, here we go. Gonna be watching both of them as a little bit of a rollout. Slash goes for potentially the speed shot, but doesn't hit it. Doesn't commit all the way, so it's just gonna be soldiers going deep inside of Witness Gaming. First frag can be firmly in their hands as well. They do see the counter bombs from these soldiers, not really getting a great deal of mileage. Nice rockets from Scar, but he's gonna get cleaned up from Domo now as well. The deep bomb does try to go all the way towards Mula, but just not enough damage hit there at all. This is going to be pretty clean in the end. Oh, nice little final frag there for Ixie, and that is mid, firmly in the hands of Witness Gaming. And the Uber as well. Delicious.
Alright, we'll see how it goes here for them into last. They have the Uber on blue. Witness Gaming on the push here, looking really hot already to start the map off with, but we've seen people peep these last pushes before. Metalworks is no exception of awkward ones to push into, of course, especially with a bit of setup, right? Gun being put up, heavy on the field as well. Just throwing all the big classes on the field. League of Shadows need these off classes right now really badly. Zoe even hiding, look at that, just sneaky little position under the bridge. Sometimes there's a gun there, the gun is in the back door, maybe they won't look there if they see the gun early. Plus, Scar going for the lamp as well. They're trying to pull out all the stops, but
this is
Witness Gaming is taking their sweet time to make this the best push it could be.
Yeah, they want to make sure everyone's buffed up. June's already got about 65%. Uber's now coming in left-hand side. There we go. Gun should be dealt with pretty quickly. Scar still on this high ground. This Heavy is being a little bit of a thorn on this side. Frags is in the hands of Witness Gaming. Oh, he tries to go towards point, but Scar's thinking perfect little rockets. Now this is falling a little bit to pieces. All three players on the side of Witness Gaming desperately trying to get out this front door, and they're gonna manage it. That is exactly what you said. That is a beef little push and a almost slightly bizarre, but very, very solid hold there for the side of
yeah, that was really good timing by Zoe as well. Just pops up after the Uber and just from under point blocks main. Blocks of so much here, big damage coming through already. Daddy with the jump on the medic gets arrowed as well, stopped in his tracks a little bit here, but Mulat just doesn't have enough of momentum on the surf to actually get out in time. It's still a force in return, but a much better end result probably, if not for the Domo bomb coming in here late. Last flash just runs out. Invincibility off the table. Bomb by Celentis in really late on this one. Needs this kill so badly, but the final rocket just never leaves the launcher. And that's just barely expecting themselves out alive on League of Shadows.
Yeah, but I mean, you can see how important that frag was onto Mula just then. It kind of forced a three-man, very staggered commit from Witness. And literally just from League of Shadows, just cleaning them up one by one. They now have themselves not a huge Uber advantage, but definitely an Uber advantage. They did have a slight player advantage. It's going to be basically equal by time everyone gets towards second, but still going to be moving towards this left-hand side. They want to move all the way towards point. Witness Gaming is actually giving them quite a lot of respect, quite a bit of space right now. And Pappy's actually getting fragged here in lobby as well. Still a tiny bit of advantage, but it's going to be building hard right now for Mula. Ixie does throw his life away a little bit, so even if Ubers are going to be equal any second now, this is a player disadvantage, and importantly, one of your scouts. It's going to make it a real opportunity to possibly get onto Mula here, but they're still pushing right now in terms of the Uber. Yep, it is going to be a trade right now, and they'd be dropping Flick as well, and that's surely going to spell the end of this push.
Yeah, he really just wanted the cap on there, but Uber didn't run out of time. Bomb comes in return, hoping for the best, and Slash is getting rewarded for his faith. 2 for the price of 1. Still lose though in the end. Can't immediately push off this. Feel like they really wanted to, but have to play this out the long way now. They have the time for that, but still gotta watch out for anything coming their way. Looks like for now though, Witness Gaming gonna focus their efforts back toward down last, first of all, to just do what their opponents were able to do. Put a hold together that last past this Uber coming up.
That was a tasty little value rocket there at a Slash. That is like the demo medic in one rocket. That is, I don't know, literally everything you could possibly ask for.
Alright, building away here as much as they can on blue, but they're not going to catch up in time. Maybe building around the gun is going to be effort better spent right now. Big damage from Demoman early, but then he gets away with a scare for the time being. The Uber is fully there. And this has only one place to go. Forward into the last point. Bombed away by Delhi, leading the charge here. Gun in the back. Obviously the target, but takes a little while to actually go down. Soldier Celentis tries to pop up behind them out of surprise factor alone. Doesn't do enough though.
Ooh, yeah, it keeps going on and on. Frag being traded every which way, but Pappy's so weak he's trying to play towards this point, trying to go for the block, but it's not going to be enough. The final frags come in. League of Shadows, 1 round up, just 5 minutes in.
Yeah, really, really solid one there. Just played everything correctly. Didn't get surprised by a guy behind. Took the time with the gun, but took note where everyone was, where they have space to position themselves. how much they can afford towards point at any given time, and kept the flank locked down importantly as well. I don't know which sort it was, but didn't let anyone through from opposite end of the push from where the Uber came from, and just kept them stuck behind point for all it was worth. Early lead for League of Shadows, Witness Gaming forced to take initiative, but it is Zoe actually just pressing W instead for now.
Yeah, that was a pretty cringe bit for Doma, I'll be honest with you. He just kind of took 1 million damage, couldn't get the arrow. But somehow League of Shadows really not capitalizing off this early frag at all. If anything, they kind of just get hung out to dry entirely by their combo. I'm not quite sure what that was about. Maybe players just a little bit too aggressive. But Pappy's now all the way towards last. He's going to be jumping very, very deep, all the way towards June's left-hand side. But there's a wall. There's a wall in the way.
However, playing Spy right now. Ooh, Deli turns around. No, he's gonna die for it as well. Deli did nothing wrong. And still got punished.
Well, I mean, didn't get the medic, but there is a demo down. Granted, there is a bit of a 450 heavy between you and the medic, but I don't know, maybe if it's a weird kind of double stack before a gun's up. You try something. Oh, we're jumping in. We're going for it. We're going to be getting nothing. Oh, sorry, I take it back. They did trade with a soldier.
Only level 1 maybe, but that thing still has aimbot, and as we've seen on Top 5 Rocket, having aim assist is really good.
Wow! I need to stop pretending to be surprised. People said it for like 3 years. The memes are over.
Off-classes are coming out on both sides, for that matter.
Love a cheeky little off-class. If there's one thing I like, it is sniper v sniper. And you know what? Let's just watch it. Ixie, hit the headshots, buddy. Do it. Follow your dreams.
We'll see. I have a little bit of time. 4 minutes to spare, so plenty of time to get some shots off. And Ixie is no slouch in that regard either, but they want to fight fire with fire. Zoe on the sniper rifle as well on the flip side with the gun still in the back to just make counter jumping that sniper a lot more difficult.
Yeah, I'm just taking a real moment to
Oh no! They're
okay, the soldiers
moment,
on the side of Witness Gaming. You're really good.
Sky eats the full sticky trap on the ledge as well. The Skybox immediately barely alive. They're pushing off that 2 down and a weak player. Flick doesn't get the flash. This gun has to do so much work right now. It's taking no attention until the very end there, but it goes down the moment the Uber fades. That might just be enough here in the end. Both you can see towards point. There woman juggled all over. Soldier having to block this, but that's just easy damage to get, and Dobo just melees the scout off the point to win the round.
Okay, that is unconventional. You know, you get a sniper, he holds the angle, and your soldiers just get 2 frags, because why not, you know? Why not? Okay. Equalize a round. It is what it is.
Always a good paint train on the last hold position, where that bit of time difference just might matter for you and Demo Man. Certainly helped quite a bit here for the scout to not have time to react at all to get back to the point, but see what is on mid. Slash beefs this little skip jump there. Maybe Papi can do better on that front here as well. Gets deep onto the combo. Demo Man takes 1 million damage, but will trade it out in the end. But is anyone even still in good position on Red?
Oh, I don't know. They're looking pretty good as they try and come back in. They've got the height. Scar is on the back line, being very annoying. The arrow from June and he's securing 1 frag here as well. And this is a little bit of a east mid. After all of that, Scar is still on the hunt to try and get towards Domo and Mula. Spawning Soldier, I can't really see it happening. No, it's just going to be a little bit of a feed now. Uber's basically equal good position has been taken from League of Shadows. If they can try and deny all the space in the doorway, it might be okay for them to just try and get control a second, but the more time goes by, the more it's going to hurt having that 1 less player.
Long drawn out, extended. It's not really a fight right now, just stare down until eventually someone has to give them. Uber's coming out on both sides here, but early damage on Witness Gaming on the flank, getting rewarded right away. Just focus down the kills that the medic cannot save. June just has to see people die. Unable to reach any of them. Weak players on Witness maybe, but they're still all alive.
Oh,
that
Deli.
is just what matters here at the end.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a League of Shadows kind of crumble right now. Even with, oh my god, Scar, okay. He manages to sink and get his way out. But honestly, like, so much came down to that trade and just the fact that Thomas was able to isolate these frags towards the flank. Like, I can only assume there's just some decent comms in terms of where people were positioned, because getting 2 frags there is kind of ridiculous. Gets in this position all the way towards mid. They're already looking a little bit towards Valley, even without June having the Ruber. Soldier's going to be jumping on in, trying to see what kind of space can be made. Positioning, we can move up a little bit, but without a frag, it's going to be a little bit hard. Boy Deli is kind of laying down just a carpet of stickies.
Okay, Salentis bomb gets denied. They're trying to take as much of an entrance as they're allowed to still with the rest of them. Really pushed up from alley. No one's really making a play for it just yet beyond the one-sorted bomb. But June is weak. They know that. There we go. Second bomb comes through. That one will finally force this Uber out. Partly trades for it. But with Delhi going down in the meantime, Blue really comes out on top right now. They only use now on Blue. Get Zoe still. And the chase is onto the medic. June running circles around lobby. But there's nowhere to run. And that point is still with Blue players. And Scar can't do much about that one either. That's just going to be curtains on the round potentially at this point. They're not going to stop this now.
No, not at all. Flick's gonna be dying late toward his right-hand side as well. It is not looking good if you're a League of Shadows fan. This is Delhi trying to do everything he can all by himself, but guess what? He's gonna have basically no stickies, no life points. Yeah, those not even get towards the point. That is win this game and bringing it back, not being behind for too long there. And I feel like that's 3 key situations where every single time it just came down to the fight around the Ubers. You know, even June getting forced there wasn't the bad situation necessarily. June got forced so far back, and then Thomas just runs in and does like 2 shots to Delhi because League of Shadows, they were just kind of like startled. They were just, I don't know, not really, they didn't really know what to do in that situation. A little bit.
Yeah, Eagle Eye for priorities on Witness Gaming, and he's got to work out really nicely. In a team, they can focus that onto the mid-fight as well. Conado, you are getting stuck against the wall a little bit, cannot surf away. Nice bomb by Scar, gets the damage rolling early. Can anyone make up for the Sill? Is not in a position to do a jump there at all. Domo falls just like that as well under the point. All that's left is Thomas, and that man's not doing a good job fighting right now. Will get spotted right away. Once again, League of Shadows plays these really aggressive, and for now anyway, it's getting rewarded.
Yeah, it is. It is solid mid-fight here for League of Shadows. Definitely, their soldiers did huge work that mid. That was really good stuff from them, and obviously keeping their June alive just makes things even better. Flick is hitting some nice little shots there. That's actually going to make second so much easier again. If they can try and take some more of this position, they should be looking to be moving basically any second now. There's going to be no off classes. There's going to be no really anything towards last. Surely this is like basically the perfect last push opportunity.
It has to be, right? You want to make up for the round loss really quickly here. Use through the doorway once again. Demo going deep, heavy. Just hiding out of sight a little bit for the longest time. Baiting people in deep. Delhi takes the bait, goes for the medic, but there's the cap time, and Delhi sitting in front of them. Didn't let anyone get the point. Was it Thomas baiting them in, or did they just bait themselves?
Very clean, very clean last push. You can see that as well. Like, they kind of take all that position to, behind point. The second they get Moolah, June's backing up towards bridge again. Trying to play that little bit chill. They know that if they force the entirety of Witness Gaming behind the point, guess what? You can't block the point from behind the point. That's facts, dumb.
Damn, this man is so smart.
Damn, put me in a high division.
What do you mean? You've got points this season.
Exactly. We do see lovely little surf to start the mid there from Domo. Going to be keeping himself alive, but guess what? The rest of his players not looking too hot. Moolah going to be losing their life, and this is possibly another solid little mid. We do need to see Flick and June just combine their forces a little bit, play just a little bit slowly. How are they getting the Scar, though? With Thomas and Salentes behind, it's going to be all about League of Shadows combo just playing together, expecting this bomb and this scout to be coming in any second. Now, focusing down these targets. Oh, going pretty well.
Scar,
Thomas hits him. So close.
No, that's
and Salentes gets it. That's so sad.
Actually, the soldier hit everything there, and it just does not matter. They just can't shoot fast enough for the 2 of them.
God damn. That is such a sad little situation there. Like, if they'd managed to keep June alive, this would be looking so good. Now, after all of that, not only this is like a 75% advantage for Moolah, but because the heals are just that little bit closer, they can start going... I was going to say pretty much any second now. They do have to wait for their spawns just a little bit. It's still going to be a really hard position here. Even getting a force isn't guaranteed.
Alright, let's see what they're going to do into mid-Witness Gaming. Trying to take initiative early, though. Do have this Uber, so that's on League of Shadows to see if they want to react to this at all or just play this one safe. There's a bomb coming, though. Slash take matters into his own hands. CSGA is the one that goes down. Slash just disappears into the backlines after the force, which might come into play later. But for now, they got to worry about living this in any capacity. Delhi certainly will not. It's a trade for Salentes. But with the Uber coming up, that might actually be better for League of Shadows.
Yeah, it's not too bad for Slash on the backlines. He can kind of... Oh, I was going to say serve to pincer, but actually goes in way too early. Kind of throws his life away. Now you can see Flick and June be like, oh, is this our time for the mid-fight? And, I mean, it just isn't. It just isn't at all. That's just complete lack of coordination. And actually, their big old Uber advantage is going going to be hard for them to do too much out of it all. They look like they still want to go towards this doorway, but they have so much ground to try and take it, especially when you lose Scar immediately. That's kind of not good.
Ambitious little jump, probably hope for only one play to stay forward, but there was at least a hint of a trap by Domo, and the soldier missed one rocket, instantly he goes down for that. And that's just momentum down the drain. You kind of have, if you want to play this in with Uber, you just kind of have to go for it immediately and pop. They wanted to play this extra safe, and it ended up just making this one less safe as a result of it.
Yeah, not looking good. Soldiers deep. Solentez getting directed towards June. Nice little rocket there, but no more is going to get hit, so no forces coming out, and the rest of the winners game combo going to be backing up all the way to mid here. No real concerns for them, no immediate counter sack. Instead, this is going to be League of Shadows taking some position towards house, maybe get a little bit of spam, take a little bit more position. It's kind of difficult because it's Metalworks and it's all doorways.
But it's an open door for Papido, just gets in right on the medic, lands on the head, I think, for a split second there, but June can still just about get away from that bomb. Scary times for any medic in these kind of situations with soldiers of this caliber, but maybe they get away from scare here. Solentez does want to put some more fear in their eyes, and 7 HP. June is not giving in to Primal Instincts here. However, neither does Mulan. That guy, however, maybe should do that, in fact. Really big one from Slash. What a game by the Prem debutant so far.
Yeah, some real solid jumps. I mean, part of it comes down to Delhi having a big bomb, and I don't know, little bit of a, I don't even know necessarily why he bombed other than the fact that he felt like it, but I respect it a lot, you know? So this is going to be mid in the hands of League of Shadows. Uber in the hands of League of Shadows. Players spawning pretty much any second now. You can see Witness Gaming, they're like surging forward. They're like, right, if we can regain this positioning right now, potentially get some kind of frag, this should be a really nice force, which they've managed to get exactly that. Tomas goes down, but he's basically a sacrificial lamb right now, pushing all the way towards us, but no, Moon is completely by himself. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that could have been such a good situation from them, and they've kind of just thrown it away.
Dali played the save, right? He just put the stickies on the opposite side of the medic. The only way he could leave was back to mid, and there was no way to run. He beefed pipes, but he could afford to, because he just put the medic on checkmate. And maybe it's the round as well now. Spawns are coming, but they're still trying the lucky on us. Slash gets past the sticky trap very early on. Gets jungled away though. Solentez traded. Delhi gets one more. They have to go to point quick if they don't want to lose this round, but the damage just keeps coming on the side of Delhi. Bombing by Scar wants the vet so badly. Is gonna get that as well. And while all of this is going down, June just decided, you go for that, my guys. I am getting this Uber the hell out of here.
I firmly respect that kind of medic decision where, you know, your team's like, hey, what if I hit every single shot and win? And you're just like, okay, cool, bye. I'll in a bit, you know?
See you on the respawn.
Exactly.
That's where they're gonna meet up again, and I mean, probably a warm welcome with pretty much an Uber ready to go on the side of the medic, so not much waiting left to go for them. And maybe League of Shadows can claw another lead out of this one really late into the game.
Why not, you know? Why not? This time they do have a gun to be dealing with, so going to be a little bit more annoying. Uber's going to be left-hand side, same as we saw before. Going to be chasing the soldier just a little bit. The gun actually just happy living its life. Okay, does eventually go down. There's some decent damage to some of these players, but actually, Slash going down first. Oh, the frags are coming in for Witness Gaming, and this is just another little collapse.
That was just none of the damage sticking during the invincibility. The gun takes forever to go down as well, and suddenly post but there's still so much work to do and so little time to get any of it done. Heavy stolen on field as well at the end, and Mulan now with the Uber Domon gang gonna happily carry this one forward and maybe finally get their own lead back into this game here after it's been so long now.
You see once again, Slash bombing on in, kind of, you know, his signature move for the game, but guess what? Witness is very aware of that nice little air shot. Lentes is going to go down, you know, that's fine. He gets air shot, he gets kind of spammed, but ultimately his team's going to be getting control of mid for free with this Uber advantage. Not really a particularly easy position for them to keep on going forward, but they're also not really incentivized to right now. Like getting this for free and keeping control of mid with an equal Uber situation, not the worst thing in the world, because guess what you can do mid to second, Dum? You can jump a soldier deep from Valley. The one thing which you can guarantee has happened on every single game of Metalworks ever. The same soldiers do the same jump.
I mean, it's the only good one, arguably, on this
It
on
is,
this
it is, because Metalworks is just doorways.
That doesn't mean it's the only one you have, but the other ones, you need so much setup for this, and Sol is trying something here, but Delhi with a really smart trap. This on the spot where he expects someone to land. Gets the kill for it right away here, counter bomb comes through, but Slash falls a similar fate here, just eaten alive by the scouts. That should be the end of it, but not for Witness Gaming. They want more out of this. They might have one down, but they realize, hey, you guys do as well. They're just being a little bit bolder about it.
I fully respect Tomas's decision to just kind of be like, oh, what about his beast again? What do I just run in and shoot everything? Didn't happen this time. Mula has now actually taken pretty sizable damage. Does have to play just a little bit spooked towards Valley. Not going to be getting any kind of crazy force. Once again, League of Shadows not going to be super incentivized to do anything particularly crazy. I feel like they're just, I'm not super comfortable here unless they can get a guy through kind of unseen. I mean, it is just a bit of a hard stalemate to play from the second POV.
Yeah, I mean, hey, what 3 minutes wasted when you have 6 minutes to win the game still with? So they could afford that. I don't know if they want to, but at the very least they have to be picky, right? Like you said, it's not an easy one to play through at all. It's so much easier to just play defensive right now. Let Witness Gaming take some pot shots as long as you're being smart about it yourself. But Slash actually just sees them coming, wants to go in before a bomb comes through. Hope to get on the medic there. It is one good rocket, but one does not deal 150 damage.
That is correct, unless it's a direct hit with buff banner. So that's a fun fact for you. We do see the entirety of the combo Witness Gaming going towards the left-hand side. Uber's now going to get traded ever so slightly better side of Witness. One flash does come in. Flick is getting... he's playing pretty aggressive here, but the rest of his team is actually having none of it. They took so much damage, they kind of have to concede the entirety of second point and actually back all the way towards lobby. And since they're in lobby, guess what? It's kind of a bad location, so they just go straight up to last. So even though that was a pretty equal Uber trade, Witness Gaming gets an entire point off it, and now have themselves a bit of an equal Uber situation where they can potentially start pushing towards last. That's going to be one frag as well for Celentes, and on a slash as well, even with Ixie going down. This is a real pressure kind of moment right now. Witness Gaming can just keep on peeking that little bit further, This heavy is going to be a thorn in their side though.
Ooh, they get Flick as well to forward after the gun goes down. Still on Engineer, Heavy immediately focused down. And Witness Gaming is just perfectly playing this pick by pick. It takes so long though, the spawn get back on point. But there's the Uber 98, 99 will just about get it. Witness Gaming played this so smart, but not fast enough.
Oh my days, that was incredibly fortunate timing on the spawning soldiers. They blocked that just what they needed to, and even then, Witness nearly snatched it from underneath them. But that is going to be... It isn't an easy hold, but that is a hold. Ubers are basically going to be equal again. 7.5 minutes left on the clock. This is an incredibly back and forth game.
Yeah, like I said, right? It might not matter as much for Witness as it does for League of Shadows, but it sure still does to League of Shadows. They need these points to have a chance to get the third seed that they so badly need right now. Stay ahead in the playoffs race. Dalier with this nice little kill onto Celentes just slows things down. 3.5 minutes left on the round timer here. It sounds like a lot of time, of course, and it might be a grueling time for League of Shadows, but they can afford to clock this down still and just try to get a reset on the round timer once more, get a chance at the mid-fight. They have been largely going very well, so maybe not the worst idea. Witness Gaming is the ones really, really forced to play smart now.
Yeah, it's a really, really difficult position for League of Shadows in basically every single way, because even if you get like 2 or 3 frags, pushing out is always going to be a risk, especially when there's Ubers to be traded and when there's the opportunity to just basically go for a reset. It's, yeah, not the easiest decision to make. We do see frags get traded every which way, but nothing much is going to happen from that. Flick is up on the old sniper class, is going for a little peeky. Not going to be happening right now. Uber's going to get traded all the way in though. June going to be using much later. That's about 45% better Uber right now. Deli is trying to go for this chase, but it's actually a really, really heavy commit. The flash just comes in from June to keep Deli alive, which is fantastic. And then Slesh gets 2 frags with 1 singular rocket, and this is now, once again, huge value. They're going to be forcing out all of these Witness Gaming players. Every single one of them is going to be playing back towards second right now. Even keeping a hold of that second point isn't going to make things easy, but Pappy really wants it. He's got his demo man with him. He's got his heals. If they can just keep a hold of these doorways, maybe they can just keep on fighting.
That was really clutch by June on last even. Keeping Demoman alive in the Uber fight while also getting the flash on the sniper being bombed on the flank. None of them go down in the meantime. Incredible play coming out of League of Shadows, and all that effort just to not lose this round. 2 minutes left to go. Maybe they will get a reset on this one, but with these close calls right now, this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, it is. Once again, position taken towards this left-hand side. Soldier's going to be jumping deep all the way towards his gun. Going to be picking up Flick as well. Managing to live even with the sniper shot. It's going to be pretty hard right now. Valentis is going to get forced out. You can see how much damage has been dealt,
Poppy
but
with the bomb on the medic blows up on the pipe, and June only took one rocket. I really like Witness Gaming's place here. They're not trying to have one quiet moment in this game. League of Shadows being forced to pay attention to every single play. Like, this is Gully Watch last. So much harder for Witness to do this on this map, but they're making this really difficult for League of Shadows. And the fact that they haven't crumbled yet just, of course, speaks volumes for the defending team here as well.
well, Uber's in the hands of both teams once again. Mission ends in 60 seconds, as we've been dutifully informed. So at a certain point, we are just going to see an Uber trade come in for the side of Witness Gaming, because there's basically no real downside. After a certain point, Junior's going to be playing close to make sure no one's going to be getting dropped too easily. And basically, it's just going to be a case of League of Shadows just waiting this one out, trying not to make any horrendous little mistakes.
Here's one more try. League of Shadows forced to test once more. Uber up on the red team here, 30 seconds left. They get the flash out late. Ixie going down already. The gun might be down, but so are some players on blue already. Forced to take this 2-point though. Domo just sneaks on that, but it is not enough. They can just about react in time. Thomas on the double man will get the melee out to see if this is somehow enough, but all on his lone serve against everyone on the defense. It will not be.
Nope, and you can see as well, no one on the side of League of Shadows has any interest in getting any cap time on second. They're like, you know what? Let's just have a mid-fight again. This is the rules we are currently playing with. Just waiting on that overtime to tick away from the last little bit. Witness Gaming, they're going to be running some straight lines, not even feeding any frags. That is cheeky round reset. Gotta love it, Dum. Gotta love it.
That was so much just stuff happening on Witness's perspective. To not even get the round past League of Shadows defense. Incredibly close calls all the way through. The fact that League of Shadows has this is a miracle in its own right. Really well played down the defense as well. They deserve this mid-fight, but they have to make this count now. They're not really getting another chance at this point.
Damn straight. 3 minutes left to go. Is this the final mid-fight? Is this the only mid-fight that matters? That is big damage from Domo. Going to be keeping himself alive as well. Deli. Ooh, not going to be as fortunate. That is Ixie 2 frags to his name. Zoe as well. This is just beautiful stuff inside of Witness Gaming. Scar on the flank. He's going to be called at least, so they don't really even need to worry about him too much. This is going to be all about Witness Gaming surging forward, getting control of second, possibly start looking towards last. These spawners are still a little bit away, so why not try and take some position? Why not go for some kind of sack? Why not do something a little bit interesting right now? June is about to be getting their Uber now, so little safety net is just about there. But there's still more and more peeking. Thomas once again playing underneath. Has been spotted out though, is going to be losing his life. That's going to be Witness Gaming putting a stopper on things, getting back towards second. Feel like we've been here before.
Yeah, but Witness Gaming just with a really clutch aggressive mid-fight, making this once again the same position we just came from. League of Shadows with some actual play towards second this time around. Soldier tries the hardest, weaves some rockets onto Papi in close range. I don't know where that rocket went, but it's point blank miss for Scar. It's going to be a little costly at least. This is a late spawn for the French soldier, waiting to make this happen. Slash somehow sneaks up onto Domo though, out of nowhere. No eyes on the far side of lobby. Everyone's on the left side there. Defender's perspective, and they're getting in maybe, but without a double man.
Oh, these are some good flashes coming up from June to try and keep this heavy alive, but ultimately these players just be combining on the side of Witness Gaming. You can see right now, Deli is shocked, he is confused, he's trying to keep everything going. The heals are all the way towards point. Pappy's dealing so much damage, getting all the way towards them. But he's all by his lonesome. Domo, the spawner, he's all the way towards lobby, but the spawners are going to be coming in for League of Shadows. He can't even go for this hard commit right now. 1 minute, 15 seconds left on the clock. And
if this
is going to
last
be a
Uber
little ad.
wins this game for Witness Gaming, Papi just did this all by himself at the last minute. Barely any time left. There's no room for error anymore. And there's just been a tiny bit too many on Witness Gaming on the offenses here. They have so many chances, but none of them are working. This is all they're going to get now. This is what it comes down to, or else this is going overtime.
Yeah, there we go. 50 seconds left on the clock. 60% Uber in the hands of Mula. It is not going to be the biggest advantage of the world, only just slightly over 30%. It's obviously enough to push off because you don't have a choice. But if June keeps on building this, it's going to make it harder and harder. The window of opportunity just continues. Get just that little bit smaller. Uber now in the hands of Mula. They're slightly delaying going towards this left-hand side. 80% now on June. It's going to be all about getting directly either on point or behind it as well. No one's getting that cap on just yet. Tamas does get far just a little bit away. 95% now in the hands of June. Trying to keep this heavy, desperately alive. Uber does get used. Point is getting blocked. And they're getting some good damage towards these players, leaving towards this right-hand side. 3 alive on the side of Witness. We see them all. They have no choice but to just push right now. 10 seconds to hit everything, and they get absolutely creamed.
And there you go. Witness Gaming, at least until after this overtime gets played, still undefeated. But they have shown they can bleed. 1 point lost at the bare minimum. Might not sound like much, but going into playoffs is exactly the motivation I think League of Shadows needs to still have a say in the playoffs matter.
Absolutely, absolutely. We did say, you know, we said at the start, any points for League of Shadows is good, and guess what? They got any points.
That is factually correct.
Which is the best kind of correct, you know. Plus, I mean, you know, if you start off your official with a golden cap, this is a classic, you know, oh yeah, well, I just want like a nice quick official kind of night. You end up doing like 2 golden caps and both go the full 15 minutes or some kind of shenanigans like that. Dumb. I don't want to listen to numbers. I want to see some numbers on my screen. Do you want to do that a second?
Sure, as long as we have some time. Let's see, these players probably very keen to catch a break here as well real quick and sort their thoughts a little bit how they want to play the mid fight, especially League of Shadows. They had some good ones early, but got smacked at the end there.
I love numbers. I'm going to see if there's any big numbers that stand out to me.
Well, I mean, only one player in... What was... A stalemate game, maybe, but not a slow one at least, right? With how much things that happen in the stalemates. Cracked 300 DPM, that is Delhi, of all people, had a really, really good game.
I mean, the biggest thing to me, like, obviously it's pretty close in terms of a lot of things, but I'm going to shout the fact that, like, June 4 deaths to Mula's 11. Like, that was an incredibly back and forth game, considering, like, the massive disparity in medic deaths.
Yeah, I mean, context matters there, of course. A lot of this was on June's last, of course. If you die there as a medic, you probably lose the round. Yeah. Where Mula just goes in with the rest of the team, hoping it works eventually. Have to go in there as well. So Mula's death's obviously a little bit more justified in comparison, but June still doesn't die at all this game. And that is really what matters here. But less of the difference, I think. Also, that June's number in general is just kept at a bare minimum given the onslaught coming into last over and over and over.
I will shout out as well, obviously, those key little moments from June as well. Just some really well-timed and kind of well-understood Ubers and flashes. It's like a couple positions where literally June's flashes just kept like 2 players alive that would have otherwise just got absolutely annihilated, which comes down, you know, less to mechanics, more just kind of understanding of where your team is and what you need to be doing in that situation. So I think, you know, individually, there's some pretty nice moments for June that game.
Yeah, unsung hero here, like we mentioned before, Slash might not have impressive looking logs, but we saw what he did. It does not go unmentioned here. This was some quality gameplay out of the Soldier main, and Witness Gaming really put to the test to get the win they obviously want out of this one. Sure, this might not be the perfect score at the end of the season anymore, but they can still claim to be undefeated here if they just clutch this one out.
That kind of make you think, considering like we saw some really good mids from League of Shadows. We saw some really good ones for Witness. Almost felt like a little bit of a coin toss, but I guess we'll find out pretty quickly. This is going to be continuation, our golden cap here for League of Shadows versus Witness Gaming in our Week 7 game.
Yeah, League of Shadows clawing this into overtime, but much like we've seen before, just barely bringing this back into a reset on mid doesn't win you the round. They have to win the mid fight now the hard way. DuMmTm taking some early initiative there, sticking down everything he can, but so does Delhi. Get some good damage there early. Scar wants to clean up with that as well with the bomb in onto the combo, but Mula sneaks away from this one. June in the meantime going down to Solantis, he takes down everything around him as well. Flick following suit in the spawn queue, and now it's just 2 left to go. Zoe claims one more in the meantime, but that matters very little with how the rest of this looked.
No, pretty solid stuff. So much on these mids of soldiers just jumping deep, and if you can get that timing perfect, you can just crunch people in doorways, basically deny the entirety of their mid. So Witness Gaming looking happy getting that mid control, not with any kind of uber advantage though. Both medics going to be spawning exactly equal, and we're not going to be seeing anything crazy in terms of crits either. Just going to be sticking classic little regular mediguns.
Speaking of funny surprises, right? No battalions ever in the stalemates by Witness Gaming, surprisingly. We've seen it a lot this season, but the only battalions that came out was like overtime at the very end there by Scar, I believe. Just hoping it matters maybe, but obviously unlikely it comes up with a minute left. Surprised to see that here at the end of the day still, but force the task now without it either way. Just have to do this the old-fashioned way, that is including the classic solar bomb, but still knows better than to hard commit to something. Scout is already stealing half his health on entry.
Yeah, it's very true. Just gonna be looking for those opportunities, maybe try and force some of these players back. It's gonna be the commit this time. That's a big rocket! And a second from Salentes. Easiest drop of his entire life, man.
Well, they're ready for LAN, alright. Let's see how the last push looks like. That is obviously where it's been falling apart a little bit so far, but with how this looks like going into second even, you can't afford to lose these.
Oh, but Domo kind of feeds it. That's a nice little two-shot there from Flick. A really, really important frag to get there. When you drop that Uber, just managing to get Domo, even though his spawns are going to be up in plenty of time to still go for this push, this does buy them just a little bit of time to get their heavy up, to get their gun built just that little bit more. Possibly could be a bit of a saving grace here, considering how strong we did see the League of Shadows last hold just a little bit earlier, but it is going to get tested. Basically any second now. Uber is coming towards this left-hand side. Uber is going to get used all the way there. This is going to be a soldier taking a lot of damage. Gun does go down there all the way to this right-hand side. And they're just getting absolutely crunched. Ixie's towards the point. He's getting the cap time, but does get absolutely annihilated there by Zoe, but it's not going to be enough. Surely, surely not. These players towards point eventually getting taken down. Lovely stuff from Happy with this game, securing map 1 with a golden cap.
Witness Gaming finally has a clean shot at last, immediately can convert. Struggling in the stalemates, maybe, but an open play like this, they're not gonna give up at all. Relentlessly just clean these kills up. Well played by Witness Gaming, but League of Shadows shows they're not invincible. They could make them bleed here. They just need a tiny bit more to actually finish off the kill.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a good back and forth game to see in general. It kind of makes me feel a little bit weird going into process, because Metalworks is more of a map where weirder things can happen just because of like the dynamic of how it plays. And you know, we saw so much of that game. Part of the reason why it was back and forth is because you had such polarizing mid fights, whereas process tends not to have as polarized mid fights. You can play longer, slower, and it kind of favors teams. Well, you can play it as like a DM thing, or kind of more individual kind of communication and focus fire and stuff. I always feel like process tends to be a little bit more clear cut for the better team, but at the same time, I don't want to be putting down League of Shadows. You know, maybe they got some magic up their sleeves.
I think the real issue now is how these like last plays work now, because they were threatening on Witness Gaming for sure, but they just never could stick the landing at the end in any of them to just get out of an even Uber situation and actually get an advantage state at the end of the rounds each time. I gotta wonder if process is gonna help them there or not. It's in some ways obviously similar, but you gotta, to kite damage, go all the way back to spawn. In Metalworks, you can just stand behind the wall a little bit safer. How the entrances are laid out a tiny bit less generously, I feel like, at least, but you have a lot more space to go around as well at the same time. Chain is still dynamic for sure. I wonder if they have this playstyle down for that map for it to work.
Or, right, as sometimes happens on process, what if one of your scout just goes like nuke mode and gets like 45 frags? Because that's always an option.
But almost was threatening it already. That man like tied top squad with a couple other people on 23, I believe, in regular time. He's warming up. You don't want this man to be on fire.
It's true. We did see, we saw dangerously close to a couple of like Amzubers just there in that last map of just put beam on Tomas and just run him in. Just I mean, maybe you kill something, maybe you get stuff really weak, doesn't really matter. Just let him kind of live his life. Always respect that kind of thing, you know? It's a good strat, because, like, I don't know, it's just like the scout class. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you're good at the scout class, then you're just good at the game. It's that easy. Just hit them. And these are some of the best at that, as we've seen so far. But a full knee map, you gotta wonder. I don't remember week 1 results anymore. Well, I guess I just looked them up, of course, but it's been a while, right? These teams have come quite some ways since then, so you shouldn't think too much into that specifically. But who were the opponents? God. Okay, well, League of Shadows had the Street Devils game week 1. Beating last was not too big a deal. On the flip side, I forgot already. That was the Witness Gaming TF2 Easy game.
It was.
That was 3-5, and that was the close map between the two.
I gotta keep you up to date with what's been happening in chat. Witness Gaming joined the server, immediately got on the blue team, and Domo was like, can you ready up, please? To clarify, Delhi is the only person on the red team. He did ready up for a short period of time, and I respect Delhi for doing that. Where's the rest of his team? I feel like this is a lack of coordination we're talking about, you know? Rest of League of Shadows, not even there. You know?
I mean, if they win the second map as well, they will deserve the rest here.
Plus, right? How many they've got so many Brits on the side of Witness Gaming, and if there's one thing all Brits are doing right now, it's complaining about the ridiculous heat and crying the immortal words of "It's not the heat, it's the humidity." That's the classic Brit out of get out of jail free card.
The price you pay for being on an island, just surrounded by water.
Country sucks, man.
Alright, looks like finally people are finding their way onto their classes here, slowly but surely. I like how no one even responded to Domo. Yeah. He's just putting pressure on them, they just, nah, you just wait for us, my guy.
Not even, like, acknowledging the very, very minor BM, just being like, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. It's all okay. You know, they're doing their little team talk thing, you know? You guys ain't never been on one of those teams where you do, like, the map talk in the 3 minutes before the official? I love that.
That explains a lot about your season.
It explains a lot about every season I've ever played.
Yeah, but most of the other ones are in mid, so it doesn't matter.
That's my secret. Nothing matters.
Alright, slowly but surely board was trickling in. We're only missing one. Who is our main blame target? Ooh, never mind. I'm slowly getting here. However, I say that I see June with 110 ping, which is not optimal play conditions. I don't know what Austrian ISPs are up to right now, but it shouldn't look like this to, like, French, Dutch server. I don't even know.
That's a good point. I don't know what's that. I mean, the ping's going down. Ping's going down. It's fine. Maybe their, I don't know, mum, brother, son, partner was on Netflix. It's fine. You know, everyone has to just, like, occasionally cut the power to get relatives off their internet.
Alright, well, looks like numbers are going down on June. One way or another, this game's gonna start with a laggy medic or not, but looks like we're going off to map 2. Incredibly close map 1 between Witness Gaming and League of Shadows. But Witness Gaming staying undefeated for now. League of Shadows have what it takes on process to take home any more points and make New Panzer work for getting third.
Oh,
well,
Kelly!
Never mind.
Oh no, that is very sad. And with Homo hitting such a crispy little surf there, that is literally the mid over. Congratulations, Witness Gaming, for getting this first mid fight and getting all the way towards second. You can just see, like, I don't know, lovely commit from League of Shadows. It did not work.
Alright, well, they have a lot of time to think about this for next mid-fight for now, however, probably more focused on not losing this last hold, which they've done a good job so far this match, but I don't know if just letting in everyone for free really is the way to do it. Everyone's sitting far back and no one's covering point. They're just sitting on that thing before they even cap second, getting the damage going 2 down already. Slow rotation to the left side for the red team, but this Uber has to come out to make this happen, and Ruler just sits back and has to not use for so long.
Oh my god, XC's going to be staying alive as well. This is both scouts on the beam for the side of Witness. Pappy's on the high ground as well. They're playing towards this point. Dragon, all these League of Shadows players all the way forward. Pappy's still on this height, being such a thorn in their side. What a disgusting little round there from Witness Gaming. Good god. Ugh.
Unbelievable. They're just ready to go once again. Incredibly fast round with this gaming, setting themselves up for success as well. As it's just gonna come down to League of Shadows can manage to not crumble under the pressure. They managed it for so long last map, but maybe they're running out of steam here a little early. Maybe the focus is just slipping a little bit. Delhi trying to play this a little bit more safer. Takes a pack early in the mid-fight as well, but let's see if they can actually initiate this time around as well.
They have already survived longer than their previous best. Fantastic stuff. This is going to be big bombs coming in from Salentes. So much damage already being dealt. You can see Pappy with a follow-up, just taking the position this time, though. 4 versus 4. High ground is actually mostly in the hands of Flick right now and Zoe. And they're combining fantastically onto these players. After everything there, it's going to be Thomas and Mula. Mula's getting caught in the doorway. Going to be losing their life. And that is just like that, back in the hands of League of Shadows. And with that late frag towards Mula, this is going to be like 120% Uber advantage.
Yeah, they intercept sometimes it's bad. Still tries to go early, do something about it, but it's not gonna happen. Early now. Alright, a little bit of thinking here how they want to play the last vault, but looks like pretty standard for the most part here. Obviously, the late one on Sill is not fun, but they should have just about the time for that. Second cap is rather slow, and they're not pushing this early, surprisingly. Sometimes you see people push this with 5, leave one behind, but they want everyone on team.
Everybody gets a buff. You get a buff, you get a buff, you get a buff, and then you get a buff. And then guess what? They Uber in 3, jumping on in. Deli takes that little bit of position, gets a little bit of damage. Not a frag to their hands, though. Gun does go down. Thomas playing this heavy on the high ground is going to make things a little bit tricky. He is going to get combined upon and going to be dying as well. But lovely little pipe there from Domo. Means heals firmly in the hands of Witness Gaming. Going to be trying to move towards point. League of Shadows are. Ooh, they're managing to combine pretty well. Not quite getting those last couple frags that they need.
Slash thinking about it, he wants to go for play, but chose the wrong time to show his face. Will not be able to get much out of this one, but there are a lot of surprises just, yeah, jumping up to the name here. The Assassin shows its face. Scar on the Spy. Once again, seen this many times this season. Has to strike faster. The push on second is already happening. It's not going to be backup. There has to be the medkill.
Yep, or he can die in lobby.
That will be an option. I don't think it helps the window we play.
No, but oh, it's fine, it's fine. He's actually managed to live this entire time. He's now just going to be playing the defensive spy on mid. Love it.
I've seen better plays before, and this is just, there's only fight effectively, right? They everywhere as well. Just go in. Taking the entrance nice and early, there's going to be so much less to worry about right now, and they are dead right on that one, honestly. Occasionally look backwards to look if the spy is still there, and they are correct on that assumption. Scar goes down, and with that, so does this midpoint to the hands of Witness Gaming.
Uber now in the hands of Juno, so even a player down, they're like, hey, guess what? We can take an Uber trade. We can have a good time right now. We can try and deal with Patrick, but he's actually going on the back line. Domo's going to be running all the way forward once again, hitting a nice little slip to keep himself alive. So much damage has been dealt. Uber's going to be getting used, and after all of that, not a single player on Witness dies. They have a much better Uber. They're going all the way in. There's no way in hell Uber's going to be surviving here. Nope, not happening at all. Deli's going down, and this is just pure moment where Witness is like, you know what? We don't even need any more frags right now, but we'll get them. We'll get them because you're giving it to us.
Yeah, 5 minutes in already. Very different game from last time. A lot of set played last time, right? A lot of stalemate, sacks, and mid-fights and last pushes. Not a lot of transition play, and in this transition play, Witness Gaming is just looking superior. Every time there's any opportunity to make something happen, they have a play ready, and it's just working out every single time. 2-0 lead very early on map to League of Shadows have to dig deep to dig themselves out of this hole.
They need to dig deep and stun the Australians with their coordinated aggression. God damn. What's that, like 9 years old now? Third mid. Dumb. No one's going too fast.
A little pressure by Scar on the high ground maybe, but that's about where it ends, and it's not like he doesn't take a beating for it either.
And we do see, oh, nice little leisure there onto Patrick. Actually, almost gets him in an advantageous position, but will be losing his own life. Muller, Wolfie was playing towards this high ground. Not going to be getting enough, not going to be getting the frags. Slight lack of coordination does actually mean that Ixie isn't going to be able to get out with his medic at all. Muller's trying to desperately escape with his life, but that's not going to be happening at all. That is a late medic death. 15-second respawn on process is a rough one. Lost mid, lost Ubers.
And it also was a very late slash bomb at the end, just pops up out of nowhere behind them after it looked really good. Still on close numbers, but doable for Witness Gaming. Just pops out of nowhere, takes down the Devilman, and suddenly that was just all the damage they needed to play off here, and they're not done playing this yet, right? He was up as well, like he said. Miller just now spawning as well. Have to worry a little bit though. This is Sniper peeking already a lot there, but can't quite land shot just yet. Scout really for 4, needs to be careful here. Playing with fire, Flick manages to just wheel his way past every single sticky thrown his way. That's gonna get second, and this Uber advantage hasn't stopped being there yet.
No, time to keep on going, boys. We're using all the way through 4, not taking any risk of the old sniper. Gun has gone down. Stick's gonna get removed from point, so Silenta's like, hey, I'll try and do what I can. Try and block point a little bit. Fairly successful, but he frags to the bad. This is 80% now on the hands of Muller. Gonna be focusing all on trying to get this Uber. These frags are coming in right now. 95% right now. Even with Daly trying to play towards the point, getting it on the captain does force out the Uber. So it's not all for nothing, but definitely not what League of Shadows wanted. At least they won't get caught towards his choke point.
Close call there, but in the end, League of Shadows just positions themselves just a bit too close to one another. Both Scout, both Soldiers, both take the same damage, and every single opportunity Witness got to shoot either one of them. And it just makes the health deplete so much faster than it needed to in this fight here. Just tiny mistakes on positioning cost them dearly there. Do keep the advantage alive though. That was a clutch last bit of a force to come through, but it has to just get so much value now as well, right? Just getting this back to last is not good enough.
Oh, is that a PC push? Is that a PC push? Is that a put sticky bombs on the floor? This is going to be... Okay, they're not going to go for the big heavy commit push. Oh, they managed to get Domo. They managed to get Celentes. Did they manage to get Pappy? After all of that, they don't even have to use him. They get 3 frags. Mula does have his Uber, but he just has 2 scouts to be dealing with. There's a lot of point to be looking at right now. And he get forced. This is going to be a much, much better Uber. 2 seconds spawns on these Witness Gaming projectile classes. So there's a real opportunity to try and move forward really quickly, try and play towards this point. You do see scouts go all the way forward. Gets a lot of cap time, but they're managing to keep control of things just once again.
That was a very deliberate choice by Slash to shoot the heavy or shoot the Madden spawn. He opted for the Madden spawn. If the heavy kill would have mattered enough, if he even would have gotten it with the few rockets he had left there worth of time. Can't say now in hindsight, but this bad kill was certainly is definitely gonna matter now for the long haul right now, even if that might include them having to go all the way back to mid to make it a difference maker.
So as we've seen so many times now, this is going to be Uber advantage in hand of League of Shadows. Witness will never want to make this easy. They're not the kind of team to make Uber advantage pushes easy for you. Of course not. We do see PC push once again. Celentes is very, very aware of it this time. We'll be expecting it. Can be going all the way through top. Possibly just looking to keep on running through all the way towards lobby right now. They can get someone capping. 70% now in the hands of Mula. Uber does get used trying to go towards his left-hand side. Domo does get caught out. That's going to be all the importance as they do just about start capping up this second point. You can see no one from Witness Gaming is too worried about point. Up until a second gets capped. Now suddenly that point becomes active. Mula's own Uber is in the hand, but no! Mula just gets looped down instantly. This is an absolute crumble for the side of Witness Gaming. Even with Thomas and Pappy combining to get 2 and Celentes trying his very best. It's not gonna be enough.
Well, this is an even game though as far as bat drops are concerned. This one, just like the other one, does get value, but it just is a little bit faster this time around than the one on June on map 1. Really well done. You could just tell they were completely aware of the situation as well. They didn't dare step on point all too much even once they could, just enough to force a reaction out, and by that time, turns out, yikes, it was all a bait. We just go for the mad instead. We don't care about this point. We want you dead first of all.
Love to see it. So, new mid, new me. This time Deli's going to be playing far right, but the rest of his team, Soldier's going to be trying to buy him as much space as possible to try and walk over, and we do see a bit of a mirror mid here for all the Witness Gaming players. Oh, so much damage being dealt to these players, and you can see importantly as well, Witness Gaming, their combos all the way towards this right-hand side. Somehow, though, with some key little shot as Lula and Thomas managing to keep themselves alive. Crispy rockets from Pappy. So much to keep these players alive right now. And it's actually just going to be a little sack attempt here for Scar. He tries, gets that one rocket, and June knows there's no getting out of there. That's just a kill bind.
Oh, yeah, tough spot they find themselves in at the end of this mid fight. With this gaming, once again, put through a lot of effort to get this going, but even with the 1-round differential only now, they're not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. Full Uber ad once again, could carry this all the way into last if the second point goes clean. Slash trying to do something about this, but unlike his rocket, these sniper shots not quite as on point as they need to be.
Nope, and feeding in 1 is not really on point either, so that's not fantastic for them. We do see Witness Gaming, they know there's going to be no snipers, they can walk all the way through 4. They use so very late, they do force these players all the way towards the spawn. Going to be scattering the stickies just a little bit. Deli definitely trying to replace them as these scouts are playing towards the point. Thomas is just hitting the meat though. Hitting the meat right now. That's going to be their round easily.
3-1, it's just starting to get to that point. Fights the win limit. One step closer, Witness Gaming inching this towards an early end on map 2 after taking so long to win map 1. Maybe they'll have a short evening here after all. League of Shadows struggling to get things going in the mid-fight. Had one good one here, but they need much more than that.
We do see Fast Soldier Slash not really connecting rockets towards Domo, so not going to be anything happening super early, but this is going to be another crunchy little soldier bomb here for the Witness Gaming soldiers. They managed to take down June, but both throw their lives away for it. You can see how aggressive the entire combo of Witness Gaming is. Almost at a point that they're backing up towards the enemy choke right now because they know they just need to play the heals, play it slowly. Lovely surf there Mula going all the way towards this pack. They gotta keep this beam going. They gotta focus on getting this Uber, because even with League of Shadows getting control of the point, all that is going to be mattering is keeping these players alive. And yet, they're just going to be using this Uber for the sake of frag after frag after frag. Very nicely done. And even Zoe's going to get taken down towards second. That is clean, calm, patient.
The lack of heals really showed its face there. Mula was as far pushed up as the Sewer at one point, but no one had heals anymore. There was like a 10 HP soldier and a 131, and neither of them, without backup, dare to be the single player actually going deep for the med kill. Waited until now to get in for anything, and by that point, sure, Mula had to use to get in cleanly back on mid, but they just get out alive the better for it anyway. Not getting stopped to get this Uber before it can be of value. And this value cannot be understated. Gets them from mid to second here, and it's still pretty much even at the end of this all. Just 4th and June, just a long, grueling one. Makes this, once again, a last hold situation, except this time. Witness Gaming can afford to play this stalemate a little bit longer here. Maybe not a mid-reset kind of long last hold again. They don't really have that much time, but with 3-1, you can take a minute.
Yeah, they can take just a little bit of a breathe. This is kind of the stage of the game where they can start to play by their own pace, you know? We do see Lantes dying to a sticky trap. So, okay, that's good. I mean, doesn't matter. Win this game, we're just going to stand outside, you know? Mula's in this annoying rock spot behind the point, so no one is going to be sniping him. If anyone's going to sack, they got to deal with 2 scouts, and that's just miserable at the best of times. It's just the whole thing, you know?
Sniper time instead sounds a little bit more relaxed in comparison than putting yourself through the hell of walking in against Ixie and Thomas. However, that alone won't make stuff happen. That you need a better sideline than whatever Zoe's given right now, just sitting really far back, hoping someone commits into the sideline more than Zoe's committing into anything. But Domo is generous today, granting some wishes.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? You can have this one, buddy. Go for it. But, like, yeah, it's a demo down. It is not the best of situations, but this is still firmly going to be second held. Pappy's going to be taking down Zoe as well, because he's going to spam around corners. And that demo frag is going to be basically for nothing. Now, if anything, this is Pappy looking to try and get aggressive, get a little buff, and it's actually going to be an Uber trade, moving all the way forward. Not quite connecting the shots this time. This is Deli. Taken 0 damage. Oh my god, that was disgusting from Deli.
He did 2 360s just to see where everyone is during the Uber while he has invincibility and knows he can't shoot anyone because they are also invincible. Just make sure he soaks everything around him in and not miss anything, and then the second he has opportunity, just pipes down Thomas as well. Man doesn't get motion sick. That's probably really good in this game, actually.
Firmly agree. Okay, after all of that, big old Uber advantage in the hands of June. Players not looking too good right now. Look at these players. They're just walking all the way in. They're actually forcing up this Uber. We have a soldier going behind us trying to be annoying. Okay. League of Shadows, they're getting frags. Silentes,
oh, there's one more waiting.
He's been spotted. Right? Yeah, he's been spotted.
Alright, well, 3 down, but 2 of them up any moment now. Is that still good enough to dare try against a team you know will have Uber any moment? It's not going to be better than a Force, is it? The friend gets a cap and Force a reaction. June's far back though, and Witness Gaming can see that, but they're trying their luck here, going deep as quickly as they can. Scar gets caught with that. That's a good start, but with a trade on Ixie, I don't know if that's worth it. Blake's still behind as well. Oh no, Zoe even, of all people, somehow stuck in the backlines there. Bad time for that right now. As they still have a chance to just run this into last. Dune doesn't have yet, and even once they get, it's at the very least a Force, right?
You'd think so. This is a pretty forward position, but actually a little bit uncoordinated for the side of Witness Gaming. Yeah, like, us and Silentes going very, very different timings, so that's kind of a bit of a double feed. Uber, like you say, is in the hands of June. They walking all the way forward, does actually get forced off. Some nice rockets there from Happy. He's going to be escaping with his life as well. All the way to mid. Very nicely done there.
Well, as bad as now, they have everyone alive. Don't need to wait for any players, just need to get this Uber up and running. We're already at 90, so this is no time at all spent getting this push ready. League of Shadows just needs to be prepared for it in this little time either way. Sky is ready. That's just a quick trade at least, but is it going to get any better? Everyone's just stuck on the flank right now. Slash Zoe in an endless fight as the scouts coming where the soldiers go down. And against this Hydra, they're not going to come out on top. 3 down against 2, and an Uber up on last as well.
Yeah, they're going to be going all the way towards the point. Uber does get used. They've not really got the supporting players right now. They're actually on very, very different sides of the fight. Ixie dies to some stickies. No one is really near anyone on the side of Witness Gaming. And it's actually kind of confused League of Shadows. They didn't know who to shoot at, so I don't think they really shot at anyone.
That was admittedly very awkward because they played this like they had soldiers that like could do anything of the plays they're making, but like you said, this was just two individual plays happening, completely disregarding where the other player is. Probably just thinking the soldiers would be faster back to the fight, but it's gonna cost them here just a slip of awareness, might actually lose them the second point as well. League of Shadows still under fire, the drums are coming through, slash the first target, June still has use as well with only 5, but they're so close. Lieber goes towards Stuart to try to catch the combo, but barely isn't hitting anything.
They're getting owned, Dom! They've been owned! Oh my god. That was...
I don't even care if this ends the round. This has got to end the game. Not making this happen.
Okay, this is just two soldiers. Domo was like, do I stick you up to point? Oh god, the soldiers are here. I'm going to have to do something. He's got his little stout buddy with him. They can try their best. The spawners are going to be coming in now. Can they hold W fast enough? No, they cannot. No, they cannot. 4-1. 12 minutes left to go. But guess what? We're living in year of our Lord 2022. We play first to 5 in Europe now. We're crazy like that.
Yeah, if you're just winning fast enough, that's good enough. Don't give these guys another chance here. No second chances left on League of Shadows at this point anyway. These 3 rounds that they would have to draw this back into overtime in 11 minutes. That's a tough benchmark to meet here. And for now, the only thing to beat is to let this rocket with Slash's face shot him to the ground. And do they have anything left in store for us for surprises on mid?
No. Scar does more damage to himself than he does enemies, and they are still mostly dying. This is sad little times. Domo just trying to force a lot of them out. Ooh, they nearly combined to get Deli there, but Harris going to be keeping him alive. That's okay. They are still 2 down. Witness Game can look to keep on moving forward. June 90% doesn't quite have to use it, but guess what? Mula's just a little bit further away. In terms of the old Ubers. Maybe they just keep on walking. Maybe they just go far right. Maybe this is Witness Gaming just not giving a heck, even with this Scar Sniper who doesn't hit the all-important shot on these players.
Alright, this is just going to be a very long, drawn-out fight here, but Witness Gaming tries to not have much part of it at all. Tried to get them out early, but little did they know there was pipes flying where they didn't expect them to come from. Ixie hopes to make up for it, but all on his own, not gonna happen. A little bit surprised by that one here, but Gaming still has a couple people standing. Solantis goes down as well. Papi so weak. Will fall as well. That is not going to be the force they were looking for there. And League of Shadows needs a second, third win, I guess, counting for first map as well, to really get going now. There is no time for arrows anymore.
Not really, no. They just kind of need to go and then not stop going. This is a real opportunity for them. They're trying to walk through without getting forced out completely. In terms of having to use this Uber. They managed to get a frag, but they trade 2 for it, which is fantastic. And a third. Happy's just being a little rat and go behind. Uber does get used. Both scouts are going to be combining towards Mula, so that's going to continue their little bit of an Uber advantage. They're missing some fragging players right now. They are actually doing a really good job of just kind of charioting right now. Papi once again hits so much damage, and somehow they just can't kill him. Jesus Christ, man.
It's just all on Flick right now. The spawns are just not coming here. Flick goes down. And that shall be a pause, surprisingly. This is not, in fact, a server ending. I feel like that might be mentioned here for everyone, to not be confused. It might feel like that, but no. It is a very late pause in this game.
It is. A very, very late pause. This is not what you tend to see at this point in this kind of game.
League of Shadows calling it. Is it June lagging again? It would surprise me after seeing the ping earlier, but I can't tell right now. No one DC'd for it anyway, so it's probably Eastern Factors lag coming back. Would be unfortunate, of course, but maybe League of Shadows needs this time as well, right? They're getting bonus time basically this map to just talk things out again. Maybe it is a tactical pause, but in the middle of a round instead of between. Even if it isn't, it is now.
That's true, or like it could just be like opium, you know? If you're losing and then you as long as someone says, "Oh, I'm lagging," that in your head is like, "Oh, we got to pause. We were never gonna win. Someone was lagging."
And I mean, at this point, they pretty much have nothing left but copium anyway, right? This is looking really dire for them. It feels like one of those games
between your toes
that you see a lot as well, but usually in the span of one single map, where at the end of it, just one team runs out of steam, or the other one just can't keep on going performing. Maybe not an A game, but close to it anyway. and the other one just like slowly crumbles eventually throughout the map. In this case, it maybe have taken like 10 minutes on the second map as well to really get there, but with this gaming, just runs the clock around them, and League of Shadows can't catch a break anymore.
Can I ask our producer to find who's got the nicest pair of shoes in the server?
Yes. Okay, it looks like it is in fact June. I was lagging out, I guess, with the pregame ping that caused the second map to be very late to Domo's eyes. That's not surprising. Production will grant eepily wishes, I guess. I don't know why anyone would, but here we are. How many shoes are there even in this game? I don't even know there's that many in this game, to be honest. In my eyes, the only shoes that exist are the gunboats. And everything else is just holding you back.
I regret asking the shoe question.
Well, they're taking this with time here. I mean, hey, if your medic of all people has a connection problem, that is no place to play from, I assume. Justifies this quite a bit, even in this game state, right? Looks like June is trying to claw their way back into the server as well. I can see the connect message show up, but that pops up the second you click connect on your on the old game connect string. That doesn't mean they're already in the server. That is two very different things, unfortunately. So who knows if this one actually goes through.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Just thoughts and prayers for June. Let's hope it works. Looks like it did. Pause, unpause. It's just a classic quick pause, unpause to see if, in fact, you can join. If anyone here is unaware, while the server is paused, if you try to connect, it will put you to the client information sent screen, but not any further. Only once the pause gets ended, you can actually go through the rest of that. So they just unpause for a second, so that happens. You can check if it actually would put you on the server properly, and if you don't get stuck forever, which with weird connection issues can happen sometimes. It's weird. This game is very good.
Yeah, it's fine. We're back. We're in the game. They're playing.
Alright, let's see. It's obviously, okay, as always I have to mention, because not everyone is aware, especially newer viewers might not be aware of that, with SCVs being the way they are, this is a little bit behind real time in the game right now. The pause happened on our screen maybe already, but not where it happened for the players on the screen, on their screens right now. This will happen a little bit in the future right now, so by the time we see June disconnect is when the pause actually happened for the players. For now, they have to continue playing.
Oh, we do have, right, importantly, I don't know what's showing on your screens right now, but we are seeing a pretty sizable advantage here for the side of Mula and Winners Gaming 35% or so, and guess what? They're going to be going for a big old...
Okay, well, this might be a spoiler, right? Because I don't want to burst anyone's bubble here, but we know this game doesn't end before June disconnects. So if they do push with this wall ad, it will not work.
They did
but
not
it looks like they don't do it to begin with. So you know what? Suspension's still there.
Anything can happen. I'm kind of just holding tab being like, when does the ping happen?
I mean, with a disconnect, it might just not happen at all, and it's just June disappearing.
Now it's where they ask for the pause. There you go.
There we go. In the middle of the stalemate. Witness Gaming, probably not too upset about it. They're still just sitting here in a good spot as well. Oh, look at that. I love when people do this. It happened before in Prem this season. Just feed the enemy team some sauce, because it was an even Uber situation here. You can't really do this as easily sometimes now with the new time rules, but in this case, there's like no issue with it, I suppose. Just feed them the sauce quickly to just resume the previous game save sooner. This is just good sportsmanship. You only see this in Prem. I've not seen this in low diffs before.
No, yeah, it's because in lower, like, if you're, like, in low playoffs, you're there to win and nothing else, right? We ain't here to make friends, okay?
Yeah. You're most definitely not there to beat these people at land in the future and go for a drink. You're there to instill fear and to make people cry.
Alright, Uber's getting used. Thomas is getting headshot. That's not great. June is basically not even taking a single point of damage. So it is not going to be traded. That is a little bit of a disaster push there for side of Witness Gaming. They want to get his Ubers out of the way and maybe go for a repush. They're going to be getting none of those things achieved. So,
I do take my previous statement back. Actually, these people are also here to make the other people cry, but they want to earn those tears. Right now, some tears are being shed, but I don't think it's what you expected from the position we were in previously. However, Backtap still going through, forces them to engage. So weak. Ixie stays alive for so long, still close a Zoe kill out of that one. But everyone else reacts in time just about to make it happen. There's one more snipe coming through out of Thomas, even just waiting for the repush. And with the spawns being just a tiny bit better, maybe Witness Gaming can play off that.
Possibly. Even nearly getting the frag towards Scar in sewer. And you can see how aggressive Witness Gaming are going. They're going all the way towards this choke point. Even with Slash's decent little bit of damage, it's not going to be enough. June's going down as well to Salentes, and the headshot there. Ringing out from Thomas. Even that late frag. Surely, it's not going to be enough. All he's doing is just combine, get any of these frags, but no one's there to keep Domo alive.
Alright, it's not too bad. Matt already went down, so this is already the worst it could be realistically, as long as he keeps still winning the fight here, even with Domo down. The outcome doesn't change. And with Thomas up alive as well, maybe they can just win without a Demo Man. Oh, nope, never mind, gets stuck there. Immediately just puts them on a little bit of a break here before more action happens. But still, League of Shadows just one step forward, one step back, not really going anywhere, and Witness Gaming might not be happy about having to go through this the long way around, but they can afford to do it as long as one finally works. They will end the game immediately.
Plus, I mean, it's 5 minutes and League of Shadows is 3 rounds behind, so this is getting to the point of, like, you just got to push for the sake of pushing. They've managed to get one frag, guess what? Maybe continue going, get Domo as well, yeah.
Oh, but Slent's got it over from behind them. Just comes in from Brawler and waddles silently behind the Medic and June. Preoccupied, being annoyed by lag. Could not keep an eye on that.
This is still doable. Uber's going to be pretty much in the hands of Mula. This is 90%. So just about going to be getting this. I do see a Thomas spy who's just on last.
Oh no, it's a small... Oh, he misses it.
Oh.
You don't get League of Shadows with the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on.
Not today. Alright, well... Making a bad situation here, but they gotta go. Mula lifts that door. The bomb only gets met by a pipe of Dobos here. Fight gets forced into the flank as well, but Papi, combined with Salentes, comes back on top of this one. And all they have left is here now, after everyone else is leaving, is Scar behind them. And surely they are well aware of that.
They definitely are. Oh my god!
Salentes still isn't prepared. Oh, none of them are as well. Sometimes you lose the game, but you're still the best player on the server. You know how this.
Scar is literally keeping his team still in it. Okay, they're like, well, this is time to just push. And then everyone jumps in and they kind of die. And Mula's still got the Uber. June is just like, I've just got mine. Let's try and keep playing the game. It's 3.5 minutes. I don't even know if this is technically possible. But you've got to just, I don't know, get your spawns and push, I guess. Like, there's no opportunity any other way. This is going to be Thomas going down. Uber does get used. They're going to be trying to chase down. Salentes is going to be getting him as well. It's all good. Keep on moving forward, boys. Uber's now all gone for them, though. Mula's still got it. They can go for the block. They can go for the leave. They can go for the commit. They can go for literally whatever they want as long as they make a decision and they make it now.
Alright, they're going quick. I mean, even if there's no chance to win this anymore, they still want these rounds. This is, after all, just a good opportunity for warm-up right now. And it looks like after all so long on this map, they might actually be starting to catch some fire here. Finally, a force as well. Took a while to get there, but that might be fine with a Domo kill to spare. Zoe's still stuck behind. Could have been a good distraction, but everyone else is too slow to act. With this Papi going deep as well. Tries to go for the Met early. Arrows coming out, but those are not keeping the Met alive. Much like their teammates, they might. And that is just a full-on wipe. Scar just spawns to see everyone else go down. And maybe he can be the hero once again, but he's tasked to just do so much right now. Even Papi giving him a free one probably is not enough at this point.
You say that, but the spawners are come up in 1 second. So if Witness Gaming just go for this dry push, actually, they might not stand much of a chance. Nice little headshot as well. But yeah, there's 2 minutes 15 left on the server time. It is actually now physically impossible for the side of League of Shadows to actually win. So they're going to do the big boy play and just go for the push anyway, because just why not? You see Deli jumping in, they're getting frags. Nice little surf around, look at this. This guy dies and that guy dies and Ixie's on a back cap. He's getting chased down though. Look at him go, what a machine.
He doesn't want to cap, he just wants to kill. You know what, he's pretty good at that. Oh, I've been told. But, sorry, but surely they're running out of resources here. This fight started so explosive, but in the end, what do they have left standing as well? No air shots here. Just pulling out the escape plan, standing on the ground, waiting to be shot down from the skies. Maybe not the better play there, but at least the guy went down. All the stuff standing still on last spawns here though, and the Domo has 4 HP. That's not gonna. That's 1 health point per player. That's not gonna do it.
Well, there you go. You know, it is what it is. Oh my god. We're seeing the legendary Flick Medic main in Premiership. He's beaming his June Pocket Scout. They're going towards Roller. They've become disconnected, unfortunately, already. This is a little bit unfortunate. Flick, you really using the length of his beam right now as June just kind of goes in and kind of feeds, you know. It's unfortunate. Nice little surf away. Takes one rocket. Manages to survive the second as well. Maybe this was what they needed this whole game.
I know JMac doesn't count these for the final stats tally at the end of the season, but I think June now has the worst scout logs in Prem this season.
Damn. Well, you know, the thing is, right, you got to give it a go.
I don't think you have to at all, but they sure did anyway.
You are obligated to give it a go, otherwise, like, what are you going to fear?
But yeah, ultimately, Witness Gaming's quality of the roster just coming through there at the end of the game. Right, it was a close encounter map 1, but they just had the stamina to keep going and going and going by the end of the map still, and just keep more attempts flying in on the last points. Most of them worked this time around as well, which is a stark improvement to map 1 as well. Where League of Shadows just couldn't catch a break anymore, right? It's just... It visibly felt like too much by the end of this for them to handle, and the score reflects that as well. Close map 1, not so much on map 2. Well-deserved 5 points only for Witness Gaming. The point distribution on ETF2L exactly as this map scoreline would suggest.
Big damage numbers for Delhi again. Well done Delhi for getting the damage numbers. However... Yeah,
well, I mean, the Overwatch
like
player of the game still goes to Scarlet's map.
That is true. Although,
so
in fairness,
that's the real win right here.
I kind of respect the Thomas spawn camp spy get to nowhere near and then says about the no reg. I like that.
That gets the pity award, I think, if anything. But I mean, who cares about the pity award if you get the more points out of this game? Confidently take first place, might I add again as well. Only dropped the 1 here tonight. After all, they have not dropped anything else. And they still won that game at the end of the day. League of Shadows getting 1 measly point. It looks pretty dire now. New Panthers still have 4 fans left to go. And with the head-to-head advantage there, they only need 1 point as well. And they get third. And for playoffs, that is a big deal. They get the better pick ban advantage in the first round of players out of that.
Gosh darn right, dumb.
Otherwise, Witness just running circles on them. Papi having the time of his life this game as well. Just a desperate red team running into him over and over and over and over, and he's just been hitting these all day. The man who makes the machine work here, really, the main caller of the squad. And sometimes, especially in lower divs as well, it's like these unfortunate situations where the main calling takes so much out of the person doing it that it slightly makes the performance suffer a little bit here, just constantly having to think about everyone else's play as well. If you apply the color of Papi, sure, that still is a hurdle to overcome, but he has been successfully doing it by so much for so long now. It just does not stop the man from performing.
Yeah, it's so second nature to him at this point. It's literally years and years he's been doing it at the top level while also, you know, playing exceptionally well individually. It's you know, big old shout out to him. Not gonna...
I want to point out as well, Flick was a medic for such a short time, the logs does not even acknowledge the fact that he did play medic. Which is very funny, considering that was the point of him doing it. That he could say, look, I played paramedic. June counted for only 32 seconds, I guess because June also died. So that is actually something that happened on the logs. So there you go. There's not even a heal log on the medic stats for Flick. It just never happened.
If that's, I mean, that's the one sign that, you know, everyone needs, that logs are pointless and not reflective of the game state.
I don't know, I think Papi and Thomas dropping like 30 kills each combined
makes no difference.
It's very reflective of what did happen actually here at the end of the day.
Nah.
And yeah, ultimately it is Witness Gaming taking the first place, well deserved, like I said. Waiting for everyone else to fight it out between themselves here. New Panther can only get third. They've just fallen a tiny bit too far behind between Team2Easy throughout the season. But they can very much get third in the match left to play. Team2Easy waiting in the second round of players already for the winner. League of Shadows against New Panther. However, who gets the upper hand on that one? We still have to wait and see after New Panther's performance. They can still very much choke the map pick advantage away. Crazier things have happened many of times in ETF2 Premiership. So we'll watch out to see that happen. And we'll see you next time, I guess. Yeah.
When's that game going to be? When can they next see us in Team Fortress TV?
They can see us tomorrow on twitch.tv/DuMmTm, probably, because JMax Estmord, I think. Yeah, if we have the capacity to bring you guys the game with good production value, of course we will. I will see what I can do. But even if we don't have, we will stream this game. I'll make damn sure of that. Div 1 and Div 2 playoffs decider matches, be damned. Can these guys cry about it? The Prem is happening and we're gonna stream that. One way or the other.